This content is for informational purposes only. You should not construe any such information or other material as legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice. Nothing contained on here constitutes a solicitation, recommendation, endorsement, or offer by Draper Goren Holm or any third-party service provider to buy or sell any securities or other financial instruments whatsoever.
Hey everyone, it is me. We are here. Joseph is here too. Say hi, Joseph.
Hey, what's up?
Boom, boom, boom. We're recording.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
I am recording this on the computer now.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Boom. All right. It says it's recording. Boom, 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 boom. I am apparently recording.
The entire bottle of control. They're all exactly the same.
Crypto art, and then what it really is an NFT.
Wow.
Eddie wants to slap the bag.
So this is the next best thing.
DeFi is going to be a bubble.
It's provably scarce.
With Mad Dog.
Crypto, gold, and silver.
Transparent substance.
Take my money, start a war with it.
Without further ado,
Cheers to you, brother.
Get shit done.
Because the system has to collapse before that.
Cheers. I feel much better now.
Cheers.
wow, that was heavy.
Boom. Welcome to Blockchain and Booze. I don't normally use the blur on this thing, so it was funny. Blockchain and Booze number 143. I was going to do a holiday edition hang session next week as kind of like the last one before the end of the year. But when I realized it was going to be episode number 143 this week, and if anyone is old enough to know what 143 stands for, I thought that would be pretty awesome. So I decided to do it this week. Before we begin, I'm going to give a little love to Blockchain Radio, Lunar Crush for streaming and syndicating this stuff. I really appreciate you guys. Excited for the amazing year we just had and an even more exciting year to come. If you are watching on one of those streams, like on YouTube or anywhere else, go to blockchainbooze.io. It'll redirect you to the Draper Goren Holm events website, DGH events. And you'll be able to pop into the chat with the community. There's a bunch of people back there. We chat. I watch that chat during the show. So if you have questions, you could throw them in there. And also after the show, you can turn on your camera, hang out with people. Today is going to be a little different than a normal week because I'm going to bring up community members up on stage. Some of them, like some of the older OGs and people that are kind of the regulars and friends, I'll have up on stage for a while. Some of the others, if you want to come tell us what you do, and I'll try to bring a bunch of people up on stage. I might throw you on and off for a few minutes, might have you on for a long time. Let's kind of just see how it goes. But if you are in that backstage area on blockchainbooze.io, I'll share. I already shared the link. I see a couple of you already in here. I see Ben and Digital Viking back here. Peter, you were here for a minute when the theme song was going, and you vanished. If you want to come back in, say hi and update everyone on what you're working on. Adele, I see you in the chat. Come on in. Time. Okay, so time. I'm gonna bring Ben and Digital Viking on. Art or Die. Digital Viking. Yo, Ben. Looks like you're like shuffling. There you go.
There we go.
I got you on right as you like dropped your headphones. So timed. If you're watching, I saw your comment. Hold on, I got to throw this back up. Hi guys. Cheers. Happy holidays.
Cheers.
Stoked to be here with you. Oh, here's Peter.
There we go.
Cheers, Peter. Thanks for joining us. Oh, Peter, what are you drinking right there?
It's a bourbon.
Bourbon, nice. I'm going
a Milam and green bourbon.
Nice. I'm just Johnny Walker and Coke because I have to dilute it down and do that, or else I'll drink that cup that you just had in like 4 seconds and then make a fool of myself on the show. So I gotta like sip on something for the whole hour, or else I'm in trouble. I'm a lightweight.
I understand.
I don't drink very often. So before I have you guys introduce yourselves and things like that. Timed posted in the comments online. Hey, did you see the ape trailer yet? I want to know, did any of you guys see that yet? They just posted it like in the last half hour.
Is that the one with Snoop Dogg and Eminem, or is that a different one?
No. So it's so good. So the Bored Ape Other Side stuff had these videos basically. Each time they want to like announce something. Hold on, I'm giving John from Lunar Crush the StreamYard link because he's gonna join just for a couple minutes in between some stuff. So I actually texted him the video earlier, right when it came on. So every time they announce something for the other side or whatever, like I don't know if you guys remember, there was an ape. I think his name was like Curtis or something, the character. He pulled like this bottle from the swamp. He drank it. He got all crazy and it flipped the world. And they announced the other side, right? And it was playing the Doors song, like break on through to the other. So it was like a really high production value, good video. Then later on, they like released like a prequel video to that with like him doing some stuff at the swamp or whatever. This was the next video. And it said like, you know, hints at trial of Jimmy the Ape. And what's really crazy about it, and you'll understand why I'm like laughing in advance as we go through this. One, we spend our whole lives trying to explain to people how like NFTs are legit and crypto is real and this industry is like the future of finance, right? And Bored Apes, between you know ApeCoin and that foundation or whatever, the other side, and Yuga Labs, and all the Bored Ape NFTs and everything combined could be considered, you know, a multi-billion-dollar company. This is like one of the most promising companies in the space. So all day long, we're saying, take us seriously, take us seriously. This is legit. This is the future. Take us seriously. And this video is like the most weird ass random video where like this samurai ape comes out of like a toilet and gives them like a box with a key, and they're doing like beer pong with the key and doing shots and drinking out of this secret box of something. And then it ends with this ape, I'm assuming Jimmy the Ape, this monkey looking cartoon guy, taking a shot of the beer pong cup with the key inside and swallowing the key. And very cartoony, like Looney Tunes style. You see the key travel through his intestines and whatever, and him sit on a toilet and act like he's trying to poop and then dying on the toilet. And then you see the apes go into the sewer to kind of try to get to him or something. And the last thing you see is essentially a cartoon monkey's butthole with a key sticking out of it. And that's the end of the video. and it's just like, it's such a ridiculous and funny thing. And you know, everyone was posting that it was gonna be weird, but it like I think exceeded all expectations with that. So I love how ridiculous and cartoony it was. Oh, Timed in the chat. Timed, if you saw it. Oh, Flip, you're back there too. If you guys want to hop on stage, I just shared the StreamYard link again.
I think if you want an accurate assessment of how the general public views NFTs in particular, maybe crypto, aside from that, just watch whatever current episode that South Park has out about the matter. I think it really is. It's really the closest thing to the truth.
It's, you know, what's great about it is that it's like, I think it actually is like legitimately the thing we should show people to say this is serious. Because like you show them me with a punk ape strong goofy cartoon puppet thing, that's like one goofy dude being silly on the internet with no production value and no whatever. This is on the level of like a South Park, you know, production value, and that is their brand, and it is insane. And that's kind of the whole point. Like if they toned it down and were like, you know, trying to be serious and like, here's our current white paper for our online, you know, platform for gaming platform, whatever. It's, you know, I think it would actually do a disservice to them because it would be too like sanitized and too not real. So I kind of love that it's ridiculous and insane.
Gotta have some of that meme magic.
We're talking about the I explained, everyone has to watch it. I should have probably grabbed it so we could so that we could throw it up. What's up, Flip? So okay, guys, I brought you on stage. I started with the Bored Ape stuff, but I didn't even introduce anyone. Let's quickly, I'm gonna let's see how I can change the order here too, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm throwing John on top, not to give you shit, Ben, but I started by thanking Lunar Crush for streaming this. John, I know you're like in between things and you're only joining for a few minutes, so I just want you to say hi, and then we'll go around and let everyone introduce themselves to the community in case you don't know any of the crew that's up here. But John, welcome. Thank you for the amazing year with Lunar Crush and for streaming this every week with us.
Thanks, Alon. I'm happy to be here just for a few minutes, but good to see all your faces.
Oh, you just reminded me. Okay, so two things for the community watching. Watch the last Lunar Crush live, like year in review video. Had tons of awesome information about the whole crypto industry, NFTs, stocks, and all that stuff, and all the things they do. But the main reason why I was just remembered is you had a dashboard that you showed people in that video that was called GMGN dashboard for a Lunar Crush dashboard. Please send it to me. I really want that dashboard.
I'll send it to you, and it's both because it depends on where you are in the world at the same time. So someone is in the morning or night. But you know what's crazy is in that live stream that we did like a week ago, we redid the year in review video that we thought we were almost done with when we were in at LA Blockchain Summit in November. We were like, hey,
nothing's changed in our space since November.
No. We were like, most of the big stuff has happened this year. We think, well, maybe we'll just edit maybe 10, 15 seconds at the end and we'll be good to go. And like, here comes FTX. So it was pretty wild. And, we had to do pretty substantial redo on that video, but it's okay.
That's wild. I can't wait. That standalone video, I think I tweeted it also. Anyone who watches, what's really wild, and you said this to me, John, and like you were 10,000% right when you brought it up, I think at the summit. Any single one of the like positive things that happened in our space in the last year at the first few LA blockchain summits, if we would have just said that one single thing was happening, it would have been like the most mind-blowing thing happening in the crypto space up until that point, right? And now like every week there's something like that. It's pretty freaking awesome. It's really cool.
You just barely hear about it, and that's the problem. It's like there's a humongous lack of trust right now, and this sort of great unwinding of everything in a sense. And so it's an interesting time, but I think it's going to take some time to rebuild trust in this space. You go on social media and 90% of the posts are negative, like it's bad. And so I think hopefully that stokes at least some building, especially around exchanges and things like that, and things that we can do more around creating more trustworthy solutions that, hey, in a sense, don't need to be trusted.
Well,
Trustless.
I mean, now all of us have the ammunition. Christmas morning, we're sitting with our family, or maybe not Christmas morning, you open presents, you then go that afternoon, hang out at grandpa's house with all the family, and they go, crypto, what's happened? You're like, let me show you a video of a monkey's butthole.
Man, I just had this. I had a Christmas dinner with my family, and they're like, "Are you okay? Is crypto dead?" I said, "Well, actually, no. It was corporate fraud, and you need to separate the two. And yeah, Lunar Crush is great. We're doing well. Everything's growing, but yeah, that thing over there sucks." And so you have to like really dummy it down to most of the people. I mean, we forget. Most people aren't listening to what's going on.
Yeah. They just see the headlines, crypto's dead or crypto fraud, right?
Yeah. So, it's going to take some time, but keep fighting the fight.
Yeah. John, thank you for joining us. You stay on it as long as you want. I want to go around and do the round table. I know you're like in between stuff. I appreciate you coming, and cheers, man. I think you're about to go meet people for beers, right? So start early.
Going running first.
Oh, I thought you were running earlier and then you were going to meet them. So you still have
we meet at a different brewery every week, and we run like 4 to 5 miles up hills and stuff, and then come back and all have a beer.
Dang.
It's a lot of fun.
That's a lot. I mean, for a dude that sits in front of their computer like 12 hours a day, 4 miles is a lot of miles.
It's fun, man. And it's in the dark too. We wear a light on our head. So
nice. Yeah, that's true. It's super dark. So be careful and be safe and have fun.
Sure.
Drink more of those dad religion beers that you sent me the picture of. That was pretty cool. Digital Viking, give us the update. Cheers. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. Oh, I should give people hold on, I just want to show this really quick. I think some of you guys saw this on Twitter. Reaper made this. He was making a bunch of Christmas stuff. He made a menorah with my ape, some of my mutants, and a couple of my fame ladies. And there's Reaper and Jason the ape and stuff like that. Cheeseburger.eth is right there. So thank you, Reaper, for making that, and happy Hanukkah to those who are celebrating. I think today is the 4th night. I should know that. I don't. Digital Viking, welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Silver Patron. You know,
I gotta turn. Very nice. I like tequila a lot. I just haven't been drinking it lately. I need to get some more tequila. I think it's just I don't have any in the cupboard. How are you doing? What are you up to?
I'm good. Thanks, John, for all the work behind the scenes and all the infrastructure it takes to do this. So we appreciate it, and for Alon for doing it. So we were fortunate to be at the LA blockchain event and connect with at least some of you. So that was great. We expanded our ecosystem. So the short version of what we're doing is, we have to pivot a little bit and try to focus on revenues for us, right? Whatever they might be.
Yeah.
So we have a great use case. We have a community of 30 million software developers. It's probably one of the world's largest independently owned software development communities. Most of them from India, but about 3 million in the US. So what we're going to do is, and we never monetized it. It's just been there like a GitHub.
What's it called? Do you have a link to tell everyone to go to?
Yeah, C# Corner.
C# Corner.
Cool. So what we're doing is we want to introduce the low-hanging fruit like NFTs for proof of code and proof of certification. Like, hey, Sanjeev, you say you're certified in AWS and Azure, but are you really, or is it your cousin, or So those are low-hanging fruits, and then we're gonna sell memberships. Hey, you get premium content if you pay $5 a month, and then maybe priority interviews if you're looking for a job.
Cool. So as you do that stuff, you got to keep us updated. You know what? We should do an episode dedicated to developer tools and things like that, right? I've talked to a few people who are building specific developer tools, right, for our space, and we should maybe have an episode talking about that stuff. Let's jump to Flip. Welcome back, Flip. Hey,
I was supposed to meet. If I just finish? Sorry, I just finished.
Go.
If any of you want to reach this community for whatever business purpose or otherwise, I just put it in the link there. The conference.
Put it in the private chat. I'll put it in the community chat too.
Okay, so that's a conference we're having in April in India, but last year we had 600,000 streams, live views. So
nice.
Anyway, if you're interested, hit me up if you can.
Awesome, cool. Flip, welcome. Flip and I think we're supposed to try and meet for lunch. Was it?
What's going on, Alon?
Last week, dude, it rained for one day.
Yeah, your roof caved in,
and I got a leak right in the middle of our bedroom ceiling, right into the middle of our bed. And I had to take care of business, and Flip and I didn't get to meet. But I also forgot to show everyone my annual wearing of my Christmas sweater.
Oh, that's why I can dig it.
You can figure that out, right? Everyone sees that?
Is that the Joker?
Jingle bells, Batman smells.
Robin laid the egg.
That's right. Batmobile lost the wheel. And there's Joker. I have a buddy who lives in Florida who does for like forever, has been since he was a teenager, doing punk rock like art style artwork for like local bands and stuff. And now he's like legit some of the biggest bands in the world. He does the set design and the artwork and stuff like that. And a few years ago, he made this Christmas sweater, and I had to buy it. But Flip, you've had some launches just in the last few days, right? And you had a holiday. I went and signed up on your website for a secret Christmas drop, right?
Oh yeah, we got a mystery box dropping. If anybody, I'm super excited. It's a free NFT. It's a free digital collectible, and it's gonna be one of the dopest things you'll ever receive for free.
Podlabs.io.
Podlabs.io for sure.
Go there and just sign up because you get the free flip drop. It looks really cool, but it's not. It's just the box so far.
It's just a box. Yeah, you won't know until Christmas morning what you get. You don't get to get your Christmas gifts early.
Does anyone need to do anything more than just connect their email? Because I didn't have to put a wallet or anything yet.
No. Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll take care of everything after your email and your username. So yes, we have the mystery box dropping from Pod Labs. I had the opportunity to work with Baron Davis and More Than Us with dropping the Santa oatmeal collection that came out on Cardano.
That was the Black Santa one. I just saw tweets that it sold out. I didn't even get to see it.
It's still live. You can still mint the one on Cardano. Then there's one on Near. So Black Santa IP basically, Baron basically let different people collaborate with the IP of Black Santa on different chains and stuff like that. So there's a mint available on Near, but then there's a mint available on Cardano. So I basically designed out the utility, which is the fact that game will have like a racing game attached to it, like a Black Santa kart game and everything like that. So I designed out the game.
So it's not just those cool designs, but you're actually going to be able to connect to the game that you built?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Okay. So that's the utility that comes along with it. So I worked on designing that out. That won't come out until June of next year. And then the whole utility is it's working on a new Christmas album. Baron makes music and stuff with the oatmeal. So it's an outlet for like
I gotta hit him up. We need a Punk Ape Strong collaboration.
For sure. So I've been busy, man. Yeah, been busy designing out these games, these worlds and stuff like that. So it's interesting, but I can't wait till Christmas morning till everybody gets to see what's in that box. What's in that box. I know
I showed it to my kids. I said on Christmas we have an online
make sure you design them an email. You put them an email and get them.
I'll have them sign up on their email too.
All of you guys can actually receive the gift. It's amazing though.
Yeah. My son still comes to me randomly and say, what's going on with Splinterlands? I heard that this thing happened. I'm like, how did you hear? And then I realized, he signed up for the newsletter at some point.
Okay, no, that's good.
Like I haven't looked at it or done anything since we experimented. It's pretty great. They pay attention, so that's cool.
Oh, sure. And send me the link to the Bored Ape Butthole video. I can't find it.
Yeah, I got to hold on. I got to find that. I'm going to share with the community. We got to. I have it here in this one chat. I have it in here's their tweet. You know what? I wonder if I can find it. I think it's on YouTube. I think I should be able to actually just play it for everyone. But you know what? I'm putting it the link in the stream here for everyone, but also in the backstage area.
I just signed up at podlabs.io. Once again, that's podlabs.io.
That's what I'm talking about.
I shared the link everywhere. So here, for everyone.
I promise to make you guys proud. You feel me?
I love it.
It'd be one of the best Christmas gifts you can ever get.
I love it. We have a few people backstage. I wonder how many people I can actually bring up at once. But let's keep going around, and then I might do like a switch of the next what is it? What's this like when you switch players in hockey where like the dudes like just flip over the thing and the next team comes in? We'll do a line change.
Clear the bench.
Yeah, we'll clear the bench. We'll bring I see Adele and Christina and Timed back there. You know what? Let's try to get nuts. I don't know how many they'll let us, but Ben is next. Holy crap! It's letting everyone. Oh man, Bobby, you're the last in line. I'm gonna kick somebody off in a minute. Actually, Emilio, you're not sharing a video? Can you hear us and talk? Oh, you're here. Okay. So, but Ben, Art or Die. I know you have some updates. You were working on some cool stuff. I don't know what's public and what's not yet, but what's new and how you doing and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you. We're drinking a little Jameson Stout tonight. Gotta keep it warm for when it gets real cold here in another couple days. We have been building right out in the open, right through the bull market, right into the bear market, hopefully back into the bull market, again. And we've tried some concepts and we've had some successes and failures. We've built out our technology stack and it's now reliable enough to where we have confidence in, our battles having, the votes, being, having integrity and actually being correct. We had to get rid of a bunch of bots, had to get rid of a bunch of fake players in Decentraland. And now we just have our core community that remains. And so we are launching our next product called Art Madness after, March Madness. And what it is we fill out brackets. So we have a tournament of artists for a prize pool. And what we did was we wanted to stay true to the decentralized ethos. So we picked 18 guest curators, 16 guest curators, and they were the ones that picked the artists for the tournament.
Oh,
so
cool.
We didn't have any say on any of the artists that got picked. We had other people do it, and then the community will come into Decentraland and vote on these battles starting in March. And what we're going to do is we need to figure out the right platform to do it on, the right marketplace to do it on. But we're going to have people fill out these brackets so you could see it better if I wasn't scrunched. But I got the bracket in my background. We're going to have people fill out the brackets. They can go into Decentraland and visit Pranksy's place at 96-30. And I have the entire gallery in Pranksy's filled out with all of these artists and examples of their work. So you can visit Pranksy's gallery, check out the artists, check out their style of art, and then basically fill out your bracket to see which artist is going to win. Now, no one's going to know which pieces they're battling with until the actual battle. So you're betting on the artist, not any particular piece of work they do.
That's cool.
And
so it's not like a one-on-one like you were doing before on the artwork. It's more of a whole body of work for that particular artist.
We will have pieces of artworks that are for the specific battle, but people's job is to figure out which style they like and to bet that they like that style over the different style or something, or subject matter or anything, And the cool thing is once we get the right marketplace and we work with them and have everything in place, we are going to mint the brackets. And so as the season progresses, you'll be able to sell or trade your brackets to other people. And we're going to have royalty fees flow back into the prize pools.
Wait, when you say mint the brackets, you mean like the visual representation of like the current of the tournament? Or do you mean like I am in this particular bracket and I'm holding it because I won, but I could sell it if somebody wants to like sub in for me?
Well, yeah, like it'll be just the visual graphic of your filled in bracket. So if the tournament's going well for you and you're still in the game and you haven't been eliminated, that bracket will be, theoretically more valuable, and you can sell or trade that bracket as the tournament's progressing. And when you do that, it'll incur royalty fees, which we are going to feed back into prize pools for just the general prizes. And then we're going to have a prize pool for the curators, and then we have a prize pool for the artists as well.
That's going to be fun. Okay, we're going to have to do a deep dive into it as it like we can demo it and play with it and see it. That's gonna be super fun. Timed, you messaged right before we went live. You posted on the feed. You said who watched the ape video. I wish You know what would have been great if we realized how ridiculous it was going to be. If we could all watch it live together and get our reactions, would have been so good. But tell me how'd that video make you feel?
I was a little surprised, you know, especially how much of a stable point that Yuga Labs is in that aspect. I was like, you know, I would have thought it would have been more less graphic, I guess, when it comes down to it. But I was like, yeah, it was you know, it was a little it was a comical scene.
Well, at first I was like, this is weird. Like I thought for a second I was on like the wrong Twitter handle or something, like it was like a fake video, because for the first, 10 seconds I was just like, the style is different than the first two videos, right? Like it's like this was a cartoony style, like a different artist did it, right? It wasn't like the CGI kind of like 3D looking thing. It looked like a cartoon, right? Like, so it looked a little different. And so I was like, wait, is this not them? But I got more and more into it as it went. And it was also kind of funny, like when you see the key go down like the dude's intestines, and it was like ding, 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 ding. Like it reminded me of like a Looney Tunes kind of cartoon, right? And then that last, the last frame, that end, was just so insanely ridiculous. And
yeah, I'm
look, think about like I think I've talked to like John about this, right? Like we've talked about the fact that like Elon Musk, right, understands the meme value of the ridiculous stuff he does, and he understands how much actual value it creates from a marketing perspective that's practically free, right? Obviously, making this video and being who they are, it's not free. But if they do crazy stuff like this, they understand the medium enough probably to go like, oh, all of Christmas, every single person in the crypto space is going to be talking about cartoon monkey buttholes. And it's going to be coming out of, like every time I say it, it sounds insane all over again. But like, right? Like, I don't know.
I'm waiting to see how everybody reacts to it. That's the big question. Like, how did that graphic detail end up promoting the image of Yuga Labs? Basically, like it's a question.
You know what though? Like every mint day, their Twitter account, the tweet starts with "fuck it," right? Like they go "fuck it, let's go," right? So they kind of like set the tone as, we're not, I've talked about this before. I think I talked about it like when Flip was on when we're talking about that metaverses and stuff. I was like, I always compare the idea to Roblox because that's a world I live in with my kids and we play Roblox games. But like the other side sounds like a Roblox style marketplace that they're putting together, like a platform where everyone can create a bunch of games in this platform. But like they set the stage, like this isn't Roblox for elementary school kids. This is for adults. This is for maybe the casual gamers that are older and want to get silly and whatever. Like I don't think they're they didn't shy away from booze. They didn't shy away from cursing early. This video just kind of tripled down on all of it, right?
Oh yeah. I thought it was I thought I liked it. I liked the way they did. They came about that. And I'm definitely expecting to see what happens in the coming years.
It's funny, yeah, and also they're doing some things that a lot of that hasn't worked, I think, for a lot of folks, but it's not. They're not a lot of folks. They're really, really different community and different vibe and different thing. But they're like, they say in like their timeline and stuff that there's like every week now there's going to be some new video, some new reveal, some new thing. And then the mint process is going to take like a couple months, I think. And so like, they're basically like, if you want to participate, you have to be engaged. And to me, I don't like that kind of thing. I like having like a one set date. I could put it in my calendar because like you have work meetings, you have this, you have that. Like my ADD brain can't handle like come back every day and then check, and do and hang out in the Discord and whatever. So it's interesting to see what'll happen over the next few months.
But isn't that like how Lunar Crush does it though? Like Lunar Crush has you like you can keep on earning rewards if as long as you keep on doing it every day. So I think it's kind of smart because the engagement that you have, and especially how siloed you are into that little pocket where you're focused on them. That's kind of like that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, I mean it's a different thing because it's like I don't know, John, you're still here, but like for me, the Lunar Crush thing is like the engagement comes because like I learn and I get access to stuff, and it's like information that helps me with my job and some interesting stuff for everything. In this, it's the engagement I think is like I guess it'll be to mint NFTs to do different things. So it'd be kind of similar in some ways, but it's also just a different thing. It's exciting and interesting.
I think
John,
they have their own method of like, like I like the idea of telling a story and you're part of that story and making you feel like you play a special role in it. I mean, for us, like we built our token around like really training data. Like a lot of people, like they earn Lunar on our site by like saying if something's spam or not, saying if it's a positive or negative thing or not, giving their opinion. All that goes into our back end and it trains the data. The next several million posts that come in the next day all get trained, and it just gets smarter and better. And so we have a whole pattern around that. And so you could say like we use machine learning and AI to be part of our kind of token reward structure. But and like you're incentivized to keep coming back and keep training and keep doing stuff and keep participating, and it all adds up. But I mean, I like the idea of sort of like if you think of like I'm a big fan of like Truth Labs, for example, and I love what they do. They're masters at storytelling, and I think what I'm seeing with Bored Ape, it's like it's the same thing. It's like this leads to that, which leads to that, which leads to that, and you have to like really play a part in it. And it's no different than participating on Roblox, like you mentioned, like or any video game. If you stop playing, you're out.
Yeah.
Like the
Well, yeah,
same
and
game
then
mechanics.
my kids will be like, let's check that one game, and I'll go, well, I don't know, and they go, I heard there's an update, and you're like, what do you mean? How do you know? And they're like, I don't know, but they usually do a Christmas update. They usually do a this update, and so like they want to come, and sometimes it's literally just like they change the colors of the game because it's Christmas or whatever. But sometimes there's some new features and new things, and like it does create this whole level of engagement even with really basic kind of casual games. So it makes sense. I think what we need to do, and I'll wait toward like I'll give it another 10-15 minutes, is we need to I have it in another tab now, but I'm going to go to like the 1 day social engagements and social volume charts and stuff for the different Bored Ape assets and see how it changes. Also, one of the things they did, kind of going back on what Time just said, is they also recently shared that like having different assets during this mint process will let you mint different levels and tiers of the mint. So like if you hold a dog with your ape and your mutant, then your companion helps you get a higher tier. And they never, until now, the dog was kind of just like this side thing that they didn't really do anything with. So with the different like pieces of content you have to sneak off. Okay, there's John, but Bobby's still back here. We got Bobby back on, so we got Bobby. Bobby's better than John anyway. We'll see you later, John. We love you. I'm just kidding. Happy holidays. I text with John all the time. And it's all good. I kind of have to forget sometimes when I say really sarcastic, ridiculous things. Like every once in a while, I'll get a note from someone who was watching. It's like, you were really rude from John to John from Lunar Crush. I'm like, wait, he's my friend. Just needed to be clear. But yeah, I think the different assets also create that level of engagement. So the different assets, different days, different things you can do with them. It creates all sorts of game mechanics, right? And I'm excited. I know, Flip, you're creating a bunch of games, and we'll start. I think seeing some of those engagements and interesting things, right?
No, absolutely. I can't wait. We're building infrastructure right now, though.
Yeah.
So I believe infrastructure is one of the biggest and most important pieces when you're talking about gaming and building out a sustainable ecosystem for Web3 specific gaming. Like there is an infrastructure that exists for how gaming is distributed and how people deploy it now in Web2, how gamers interact with games. But how do Web3 companies, native Web3 companies, sort of deploy and distribute these things? So I think that's one of the most important things it is when you're talking about Web3 gaming. And we're not far from it. I see a couple of companies out there trying to attack it and everything, trying to build out sort of like this cloud gaming infrastructure that will allow us to have more AA, AAA quality style gaming experiences in our ecosystem. So no, I'm super excited for what next year is going to bring.
I think we're like, all the shitty parts of what the last month has brought us, like aside from the market, right? The market went down, and I think that anyone who's been around long enough, it's like it sucks, right? But it doesn't. It's like you get that it's gonna change, it's gonna flow back up. The FTX stuff was, really throwing an extra wet blanket on top of the wet blanket, right? Like it really just sucked some of the air out and made us talk all negative. But when we look around the room and we see what people are building and doing, and like I was engaged in a bunch of work stuff the last couple of days. I wasn't online that much, and I caught up on Twitter the last few hours, and I saw a bunch of amazing artists dropping, just free mints for Christmas and the holidays and little things here and there. And then this ridiculous Bored Ape thing comes out, and I saw the Black Santa stuff, and I saw the Pod Labs, get your Christmas mint and all these things. And I start looking around and going, again, I'm seeing it through the lens of like 2017. There were people pitching the idea of event ticketing on the blockchain at our summit, and it was like so foreign and insane to everyone. Like nobody understood what the hell they were talking about. Nobody knew what an NFT was. And now you go from that to like the last year of NFTs to today to just, I think this next year, regardless of market, the market could stay down the whole year. I hope it doesn't. I don't think it will. But like, even if it did, the products and the people, it's incredible. And you know what? Like there is, to be fair, there's going to be less, like VC money kind of stuff going, at least at the beginning of the year, while people are still scared and whatever. But like, I think somewhere I read Andreessen alone still has like $2 billion in their crypto fund undeployed. It's going to be their job to invest that money over the next couple of years. Like it's their full-time job to give that money to people, right? So that alone is $2 billion going to people building cool stuff, right? Yeah. So this space is gonna rock, and we're gonna have so much fun. And all the joking aside, with like I said, I spend all my life explaining to people how this is the future of finance. This is real. This is like the legit future of marketplaces and NFTs, digital collectibles, and let me show you this monkey's butthole video, right? Like it's ridiculous. It's stupid, right? But it just shows that it really is an evolution to everything going on, right? It is akin to buying books on the internet when Amazon launched and everyone laughing at them, people buying shit on eBay and going like, this is ridiculous, nobody's going to buy a car part on the internet, right? Like when I was 16 years old, I bought aluminum panels for my 1967 Ford Fairlane on eBay, and I went to the post office to get a $70-something money order to send in the mail to the person whose eBay auction I won. Like, think about that. Like, eBay had just launched. I must have been actually 17 or 18 if it was eBay. But like, anyway, it was like, think about where we were from that moment. And even back, and at that moment, that was like mind-blowing future moment right there. Like, I found a guy on the internet selling me a car part for a 1967 Ford, right? Like, and not even like a cool Ford that people knew what it was, a Ford Fairlane. Like nobody even knew what the hell that was, right? Like that's it, right? Like, and that's where we are today. Like it works and you can do stuff, but you still have to jump through the weird hoops for it to work the way you want. Like you still got to go to the post office and get the money order. Like it's just wait. Like it's epic. So I'm so stoked. Christina was next in line. Christina, we didn't even say hi to you today. We're 48 minutes in and I haven't heard your voice. This is crazy. How you doing?
I'm great, Alon. It's great to be here. Hi, everyone. I love you guys. Bobby, Time, Dr. Adele, Emilio. I love you guys.
Give a little shout out to your to the Continuum community stuff. You added me to a group this week, and I know you got a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. So hi everyone. I'm Christina Brujan. They call me Data Points because I talk about data so often. I was on Baron Davis's Twitter space yesterday. Hey, it's Data Points, and he goes, Data Points, which is like my favorite thing ever to hear Baron Davis like holler Data Points across the room. So hi everybody. Continuum is trying to bring together the think tank of the good guys of Web3. We have a very strict vetting process. And once you get through that mean mom vetting process, then you get access to our entire network. And we now have a WhatsApp channel that started as our Miami endeavors. It started with 20 people and turned into 150 people all in Miami, going across 9 days of events, and we just wanted to keep everyone apprised. I went ahead and added some other folks in that are going to be with us for 2023 events. Like we're starting off the year at CES, and I have some bougie things going on in Vegas. If you guys are going to be on site at CES, hit me up. We've got Quantum Miami at the end of January. I've got a bunch of stuff in February. March is going to be NFT LA, so kind of back in the LA side of things. Really just trying to keep everyone apprised of what's going on in the regulation landscape. And then on the flip side, trying to keep Main Street apprised of everything I know about these blockchain brands. So in the middle of a lot of really amazing things, and you can kind of consider me the cheerleader of the Web3 space. I don't deal with scammers. I don't deal with the I have an idea, I really want to do this. I'm like, great, come back to me when you have something shiny that we can touch and see and champion. I had the opportunity with Flip in Miami to show off his demo, and I was like, why did you not tell me this is how amazing it is? So really, Continuum is all about transparency.
He tells us, you just got to see it.
You have to see it to believe it. And part of it, Alon, I was so excited to see you like engaged in that community because I've hit you up on WhatsApp like one-on-one a couple times and we keep missing each other. But I put him in this community of like 250 people, and all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, everybody!"
I wanted to say hi and pop in, and it's been and I keep kind of randomly checking because I live in WhatsApp for work. Like I have there is kind of like I have all these pinned chats with each portfolio company of DGH. Like that's where I live for work stuff. And then a lot of times the kind of conversations below the fold, I'll kind of go in, and if I don't have the number in my phone yet, sometimes I'll just like literally like if I don't see recognize something at the top, I just let it go down there because I'm just overwhelmed by that stuff. Like I just can't handle it sometimes, and I let it go, and it's not good. So I've been trying to be really good, especially on WhatsApp, because that's where I live for my stuff. So I was excited to pop into that group and say hi to everyone. I know a few of you guys are in there too. It's fun. And Christina, if you guys don't know, to give her some love, she's been in the LA blockchain community for basically forever, right? Like if
5 years now. 5 years.
Yeah, that's
I
forever.
call you guys my home team. I literally say the Draper Goren Home Network and LA Blockchain Summit is my home team. I travel all over the place. I meet thousands of brands, but everything that Draper Goren Home does is something I get to champion, just no holds barred, because I know it came I know it came across Alon's desk at some point and he had to look at it and determine it was good. So I'm here with my Lunar Crush socks.
I don't deserve that much credit, but I appreciate it.
I'm here with my Lunar Crush fanny pack. And I'm here with my LA Blockchain Summit memorialized
Yeah, I think you
t-shirt.
got the Reaper one. I can't tell. I think is
I
that
think
the Reaper
so.
one?
I think so. Take a look.
The guy with the yeah, it was the Reaper one. He has
Yeah.
yeah. That's
So
cool.
this is the boring stone one. So I do collect t-shirts. I've got a pretty impressive collection at this point for all the events I go to. I came home with a bag of Lunar Crush swag.
That guy tagged it.
Yeah, guess how many of my family members are getting these Lunar Crush socks at Christmas.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
I'm just super excited to kind of show off a little bit. And I got to prep you and Sid. I've got about 15 decks to send you guys. I know you guys are doing early stage capital. So Sid and I kind of brokered a deal. It's part of what I want to talk to you about one-on-one, but I'm here to champion everything you do.
Which Sid are you talking about?
Both Sids. I talked to both Sids, actually.
The Sids at the Draper Venture Network.
Yes, Sid at Draper Venture Network and Sid on Draper Events. We've got a lot to kind of collaborate. And then next year, we're actually going to be doing a brick and mortar at Proof House in Venice.
Oh, I've got a quick thought, actually. Do you know, maybe Flip, you might know this, and this could be solved with a private text. And I had that thought in my head, and I didn't text Baron or Sid, but Sid, hey everyone, don't tell anyone. I think Baron Davis is gonna be an advisor to this Draper Venture Network thing soon. Did they meet at the summit? Or were they talking about
and
it before?
I'm continuing conversations, and they're all chat, and I've got Wendell involved, and Flip's a big advocate of what I do, and I'm pretty much just a data nerd turned cheerleader, basically. So I've got a pretty strict vetting process, but if you're legit and you're doing real utility, we want to champion it, because as Alon said, it's not easy. It's not easy for Main Street to just click a button yet in our industry, and that will definitely happen over the next 2 years. In the meantime, everyone's scared to death of this like security versus commodity conversation. And I just want to let everyone know we've aggregated together the resources to have a very clear path to compliance. So if you guys are nervous about anything, give me a call. You can reach us on social at Continuum3000. My email directly is Christina@continuum.market. And our website, Continuum.market, is going to evolve over the next 2 years, championing amazing brands all the way from layer ones and NFT brands, metaverse brands, where we're cross collaborating and like putting portals in the metaverses, or metavi as I call them, and bringing everyone together. Like if you're doing real things, we want you at Continuum, and we really are building a think tank that crosses all 4 quadrants of Main Street, Blockchain Street, Wall Street, and Capitol Hill. We've been working very hard to make sure that we can resolve the blockers that every blockchain brand faces.
Christina, you got to make sure with some of our friends here, don't all squat on the metavi domain names. You got to grab those quick.
Yeah. I like the metavi.
Ben is already buying them all over there. I know Ben. I could see him in the corner there. He's buying all the domains.
Well, there's so much going on in the industry, and I just want to give a shout out to Dr. Adele, because what he's doing on the NFT side and like the true utility of these things, they can be measured. We can measure month over month growth. I can handle any data a brand can throw at me, whether it's sales, daily active users, assets under management, community growth. We want Continuum to be a place where a newbie can come and say, at least I know Continuum has talked to these brands. The same way I look at every brand from the Draper Goren Home portfolio, at least I know that Draper Goren Home has vetted. It's a big data point, and the event triggers kind of all come together. And I'll just be super blunt. We don't care what your price is. Your price is secondary to your adoption. And we want to focus on your utility and your adoption. We want to show that you're actually making an impact, that you're actually disrupting archaic Web 2 infrastructure. We understand that you're going to piss some people off, right? The way that the money moves around the world is based on middleman economies, and Web3 eliminates that. So as a culture of Web3, it's going to take thousands of us coming together and championing these things at Capitol Hill in order to influence policy. We've got those relationships as well. And shout out to Bobby Muscaro, who's always been a huge advocate of what I do. I'm a huge advocate of everything she does. I mean, she's involved in, the Princeton blockchain conglomerate. She's involved with Ledger. She's involved with HR and like BC Employ of like getting a job board out here. These are tools that the industry just kind of collectively needs. And that's what we focus on. If it's a resource that any blockchain brand would need, we want it to be available for you guys.
Yeah, and I just real quick wanted to hop in and just say,
Bobby, say hi. I think
hi, I'm
we
Bobby.
need Bobby, Adele, and Emilio to say hi before we finish this up. Bobby, how are you doing?
Good, real good. I just wanted to update the community because they were supporting me. I was up for the election for the technical steering committee at Hyperledger, and I won.
Yeah, congratulations.
I found out last week, so another year. So if you have questions on Hyperledger, hit me up.
Okay, wait. So tell us what that title is and what you do.
There's 11 of us, and we meet weekly, and we decide the future of how the blockchains are going to fit together in the Hyperledger community, how we're going to make them available, and getting people in the community through mentorships, education. So I've been running the learning materials working group for 5 years now. So it's a great community. Come on in.
We maybe we should do a 1 week a talk about Hyperledger and maybe that class of kind of style of blockchains. For anyone who doesn't know, Hyperledger was really early. It was a project that actually came out of IBM, an open source project. And then IBM stopped supporting it, or I don't know if they stopped supporting it, but they like kind of spun it out, right?
They gave their code as open source, and now they just work as a client.
Gotcha. And what can you just give everyone like a high level overview, like what Hyperledger is? Like if I don't know what Hyperledger is at all, what is Hyperledger?
So right now, Hyperledger is basically sponsored by the Linux Foundation, and there's fundamental blockchains. There's 5 of them. They each do certain things, like Fabric is the big one. It's great for permissioning. So if you're in a consortium, that's the way you go because you can create channels and you can set up rights, and it's very privatized, but there's no cryptocurrency running on most of these, although you can set up tokens for exchanges on Hyperledger blockchain, but it's not needed to run it. And then
it was mostly originally meant for sort of like internal corporate intranet style blockchains, right? But I remember Onera in their sort of first iteration of Onera wanting to build a blockchain for ownership. They actually had launched the first Hyperledger Fabric implementation that was private public permissioned, that had elements of a public blockchain, but also a private one.
Well, there's a blockchain now called Besu, which runs on the Ethereum public net, as well as can permission it through Fabric. So they work together now. So it's really cool what's going on. So
it looks like Ben, by the way, if you're in the chat backstage, Ben just shared a really cool graphic that's like shows kind of the whole blockchain ecosystem, and it shows where Fabric sits in it and stuff. Interesting.
So, well, thank you. And I just wanted to.
Congrats, Bobby. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
To Bobby. That's huge. And Happy New Year.
Yeah, congratulations, Bobby.
And Christina, happy Christmas.
I love you so much. I can't wait to talk to you one-on-one. And Alon, just not to change the subject, but Timed did post the video of the Bored Ape video that you were looking for. It's chat here in the backstage. Bobby, I love you so much. Happy holidays,
I posted it in the whole chat, and it's in the in the private chat too. I tried to we could probably end today with showing that video before we go. Like I could share my screen or whatever, because it doesn't, StreamYard doesn't, I thought they used to have a share like a video from a YouTube link, but now it's just saying share a video from a video file, and then I could share my screen and do it. But I still want to, we'll go a little over time because we haven't said hi to Adele or Emilio yet. Hey. It looks like Emilio is taking a nap back there. How's it going, dude? Adele, what's new in Nashville?
Lots is going on. And I need to blame you for Blockchain Summit, because you guys put me on a panel with Pietro from the Giving Block.
Yeah.
So as a result, we got an LOI signed. So now Verified Impact NFTs is going to work with that, with Giving Block. So we can actually give ways for charities to receive the crypto that they're going to get out of the NFTs that are being sold, all automatically. And the Giving Block did like $120 million last year in charities. So this was pretty exciting. Then that led to a couple more charities joining, including Peace Ambassadors and USA for Ukraine. And just this week, DCBS from India, they said yes, we'll sign it before the end of the year. So that's awesome, and it's just gearing up to become an amazing thing. So cheers for 2023.
Yeah, I always loved this. I love what the Giving Block is doing and all these things, and I always just felt it was like the automatic distribution from a contract is what always bothered me. Like, how come I have to get my crypto sent to me and then go and donate the crypto through the Giving Block? Like, each charity should have a contract address that I could put in my royalties or somewhere and just automatically distribute it. And I know that you're working on some things like that, and that's
Yes.
huge. So
that's exactly what's happening. So on the verified impact NFTs, when you buy the NFT, you can select how you want to pay, and if that charity is set up with the Giving Block, it will automatically through the API will go query it, figure out the wallet that has been set up there, and then send your crypto directly to the wallet set up by the Giving Block, and the crypto is automatically moved to that wallet, cashed into fiat, going into the bank account for the charity, all in the back end. So you don't have to deal with it. And the best thing about it, the donor gets an NFT, so they are happy with it. Everybody wins.
I love that. The next thing we should do a call with the Giving Block. I donated. I did a Tezos NFT charity thing when I heard that the Giving Block integrated Tezos. I thought, here's a cool example of let me engage a Tezos community. Let me make an NFT or do something. I don't even remember what NFT it was. Maybe I like one of my ridiculous songs or silly things I did on Tezos, and I auctioned it. And I matched, my wife and I matched up to, I think, 500 Tez or something like that to donate to a charity through the Giving Block. But I wanted the charity that we support to use the Giving Block. So the Giving Block did them a solid and integrated them. But apparently I got a note from that charity at the end of this year saying, hey, thank you so much. We love this. We actually, aside from you, got some other crypto donations and things like that. But the Giving Block is charging us an annual fee to keep us online. Would you like to pay that annual fee for us? And I was like, let me go put the Giving Block in a headlock and see what I can do. So let's see. Like, I wonder. There's a lot of work they do, so they have to take fees and things like that. And I think that their fees are comparable, if not better, to the standard stuff. I used to build the crowdfunding platforms, right? And it was offensive when you found out how much charities were paying those platforms and intermediaries. Like, there were charities when you looked at their events and their stuff, people told me when I first was looking at it, they're like, look at Charity Navigator, look at what's that form, like the 990 form for the charity. If they spend less than 20% of their fundraising dollars on fundraising, that's a good charity. And I'm like, 20%? That's robbery. You're giving money to children, to research, to something that's really important to you. And 20% of the money is going to the platforms and like the intermediaries. Like, it was crazy. It's a lot better nowadays because competition, but we got to find a way to streamline that. I know Adele's working on all sorts of things.
Yeah. So instead of donating money, I will challenge you and Flip to put some of your NFTs on verified impact. No money, just bring your NFTs, donate them.
Well, you got to donate them. I'll throw a few fame ladies in there and a few random ones that I've minted like 1 million of. But I'm a hoarder. I don't let go of anything.
Can I design NFTs for
it?
Yeah. We can make some NFTs.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's a good idea.
Let's do a whole episode about that.
That would be fun. We should come up with something. There's always something cool you could do like that. I want to say hi to Emilio before we go. We're about 10 minutes over time. Oh, Emilio heard we're going to talk about him and he just hangs up. Hopefully he pops back in. But, I think, like I said at the beginning of this chat, I think next week we do a continuation of this and just do community hang, because I don't know about just setting a topic for literally like the week between Christmas and New Year's and whatever. So I'm down to do another community one. Maybe we can show. Oh, I'll definitely. It'll be after Christmas. I'll show everyone my Pod Labs present. I think we should. You know what? Let's make it a everyone share their Christmas presents, Web3 or not, but hopefully mostly Web3. I was planning on a Punk Ape Strong thing. I hope I can make it. Actually, my kid's last day of school is tomorrow. I probably will make it out because my kids will help me do it. And you know what? I'll give away some Punk Ape Strong coloring books next week too. We'll have some fun, but it'll be another community hang session because we can't skip a week. That's not even an option. But I think having a topic or something like that will just, forget it. Let's just have some fun and hang with each other. So if anyone wants to share anything next week, you have a week to think about it. We'll all get to talk about our Christmases and our holidays and everything else. Hey, I saw Kevin. I saw you in the chat. I was hoping you would come and update everyone. Kevin wrote an article that ended up in TechCrunch this week. We'll share it in the community chat soon too. That's a good one. I see Brian Barton back there. You got Crispin. You guys didn't come up on stage. You should do it next week. And CoinDesk. I'm sorry. What did I say? I said TechCrunch. Yes. You see, I'm living 10 years in the past, guys. I'm sorry. I had a drink.
You want me to screen share and play the monkey butthole video? It's probably easier.
Yeah, go. Let's do it.
That, Alon, can I show the box video?
Yeah, show the box video. Share. You have the option to present down below, and I think I can just click on it and put it up on screen. We'll have Digital Viking share the ridiculous video before we go. We can all laugh and do one last cheers. Here. This is you, Pod Labs. Yeah. Tell us about it though. Ooh. That's legit.
I can't tell you too much about it. You get to see what's in it on Christmas.
That was good.
If this doesn't get you in the holiday spirit, I don't know what will.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Flip that lingering, my goodness.
Right there.
Yeah, this is good, and you can tell that Flip. Okay, so I'm gonna commentate this like I'm a like I'm doing a play-by-play. So if you look at this, you see details, and if you watch enough NFT unboxings. Oh wait, are we gonna see an unbox? Okay, so I thought we were actually gonna see it. Like you were gonna let us in. Okay, so here's the crazy thing, right? Or I don't know the crazy thing, but here's the thing. You look at enough decks of 2-person companies who just have an idea in the crypto space, and then what's crazy is there might be even a 20-person company, but a lot of people go onto these marketplaces for graphics and for their PowerPoint decks and things like that. And you look at a deck, and sometimes it'll be a 20-person company, and sometimes it'll literally be, like I said, 2 people and an idea. When it's 2 people and an idea, I forgive them. I actually think it's like a good hustle move because it's really makes it easy to look professional. Like I have a subscription to something called Envato. Emilio's back. We're gonna talk to him in a second. I have a subscription to something called Envato. I pay like $100 a year, maybe $200 a year. Every time I need something small, some graphic thing, whatever, I search for it on there and I goof around and I customize it. And Zoran on our team uses it for background images and random things like that. It's a really cool thing to be subscribed to. But you start to recognize, like if you just go on there and search the word NFT, you go there, it like hurts your heart because you realize so many projects you follow are using those freaking templates that are like people on Fiverr sell them and people that are on there. And you're like, that's like me at midnight wanting to do a Punk Ape Strong drop. That's what it's for. That's not for real projects doing legit things. But when I saw what Flip was doing, you can see details on there and you can see stuff on there that makes you realize this is something Flip made and this is something like bespoke, right? This is something he made, not just one of those things. Like I can maybe I should share my screen and search NFT. It will hurt your heart to know how many of your legit projects you think are legit are really just like the founder late at night, like Googling, NFT template and putting in their JPEG into this, rotating thing. Like you've seen those rotating NFTs that look like they're in like frames. Like all those things are pre-made things, but that wasn't. That was sick, and that was really cool. I'm excited to see what's inside.
No, I appreciate it. What's inside is way better. I can guarantee you that. Yeah, what's inside is way better. I'm super excited for Christmas.
Very cool.
Yeah, guys, everyone, Merry Christmas. Oh, Emilio is back. Emilio, you want to say hi? And where are you at? Are you in New Jersey on the East Coast?
I'm in Jersey, guys. How are you? Good evening, everyone.
Good.
I know a lot of you on here, but I just wanted to let you all know that I ripped my retina. So that's yeah. I go for surgery tomorrow, so that's why I'm having a problem with my phone. But I saw the ad, and I've been missing these, and I wanted to get in on these for a while. But I've been so busy with a lot of projects that it's been tough. But it's good to be here. So I just wanted to leave you guys with this: FTX. If you didn't know about crypto, now you do. No bad news is no good. No news is bad news. Huh? If you're still on Web3, leave it alone because Web 5 is here. It's going that quick, guys. Time moves on you. And if you haven't heard of it, Jack Dorsey, I believe, is the first person to talk about it. And if you Google it, you'll probably get something on it. Yeah. The next, I guess, would be my most immediate projects. I'm working on Blockchain House Portugal, right? Like Alon was saying before that, even though all this is happening in the system, people are still doing their projects. For example, me, I have a 3-floor building on the beach of south of Portugal that I'm opening Nifty-matic NFT a gallery that's going to be a snack bar on the first floor, and the building is ready to go. I'll be there at February 5th. It's 3 floors. The second floor is a floor for friends and family. Third floor is 11 beds. It has a rooftop. It has a courtyard, and on top of it all, I just came off of a meeting today, so I think you guys will be probably the first ones to know of this. But we're working with the Habsburgs, which is the Archduke of Austria, to put not only their land and their gold on chain, but also to do their Flame of Peace, which is their philanthropic. All the queens and kings of Europe have a philanthropic commission, I guess. It's called the Flame of Peace, and they're going to be putting that also. We're figuring out exactly, right? There's only one blockchain. Everybody's a copy. Can't forget that. Now there's going to be some true developments coming this year because there's going to be fighting, because obviously some chains are unpredictable, overburdened, untimely, and a few other things. So I want my chain to be robust, to have a micro payment system, and to be able to scale. And that's where I'm looking. So my house will be run, the tickets will be run on Ticketmint. Ticketmint is on BSV. And we also have an invoicing system called InvoiceMate, which will also be on BSV. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dr. Craig Wright and BSV, but quite controversial.
Yeah, we could go down a rabbit hole.
No, listen, we don't have to go anywhere, right?
The next few hours.
Right, but we don't have to, Alon.
We need to take a dinner break, and then we can also put gloves on.
We don't have to do that because I'll tell you something. I go through this with a lot of people, and usually there's a lot that's happening in this space, and there's a lot of people that pretend that they know a lot, and they really don't know anything. Right.
Yeah, but how can we argue if we?
You mean like Craig Wright?
Knew the truth.
Well, hold on. The guy can't be that dumb if the IEEE has named them their leader this year, right? You know what the IEEE is, right? International Engineering.
Money buys a lot, and Craig Wright will never be allowed at Continuum. I'm just going to put that out there right now.
Listen, I'm not here to change anybody's mind.
I think the dude is like a genius.
Not that I have an opinion on any of this.
Right. Well, I'm not here to change anybody's mind. I'm here just to present some facts, right? And the facts will present themselves as the future comes.
I mean, he can't back up his facts, so that's a big problem, right?
See,
but the thing at the end of the day, I
100%.
think the dude is like a crazy genius sociopath that just can't not lie, and because but the thing is, most of his lies, you know, if you believe that they're lies, I tend to believe they're lies because there's been, in my opinion, no proof to justify any of his stuff. But his lies hurt him. That's the crazy thing. Like if a judge said you are Satoshi, he owes the government more money than any financial institution holds in taxes, right? It's like
correct.
That's kind of bonkers. Like this guy is insane. Which
Well,
part of me kind of respects that insanity, but
there you go.
Hey,
Alon,
he feels like a major fraudster to me.
Alon, he got kicked. You know, he was on LinkedIn for a second and they kicked him out, right? So I screenshotted his 2 last posts because I knew it was going to happen, and people were going on, you know, what is going on with you? Now I met him in person more than once. So I could speak as a person to person, right? We get a different vibe from people when you speak to them person to person, correct? So I could say that.
Scammers are real good at person to person. And Emilio, you are a friend, and I love you, but I have other alternatives.
I
want to hear what Emilio said.
I'm not here to stick up for him. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not here to stick up for him because even though I'm speaking like this, I'm still not 100% sold, obviously, right? I don't have the proof like everybody else is looking for proof. But there are a few things that happen. There are a few things.
Claiming. You know, that's the biggest issue, right?
Right, but there are a few things that are happening in this case that are very, very important. Like who is he working with? Like, for example, the CEO of Vodafone recently has said there is nobody that knows more about internet security than Dr. Craig Wright. That's the CEO of Vodafone. You can look this up. And you guys were just talking about IBM. IBM is working with him in his chain.
That's great. I mean, more adoption. It's you know, it's, to me, it's all really funny because like it's like this really easy to prove stuff, and I love it. And to be honest, like I feel like it's an extension to me of conspiracy theory almost, right? Like he has just enough to get a certain percentage of people going down this rabbit hole. What if he actually is? And then there's like some conflicts of interest because of the BSV thing. So once you're kind of tied in and connected to that world, you have a financial incentive to kind of believe things. But to me, you know, the reason why Christina let him talk, even though I wanted to interrupt like crazy too, is because it reminds me of the conspiracy theories that, like, I don't know if you guys have any friends like this or family members, but I have a really good friend who literally, like, right after Trump was elected, it happened to rain for like 3 or 4 days straight in LA, and that's not normal. And my friend was like, "You know why it's raining, right?" I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, "You know why it's raining." And then it clicked in my head that, oh, we're about to go down a conspiracy rabbit hole because I know this guy really well and I love this man. And he's like, "It's raining because Trump was elected. They can't stop the rain anymore." I'm like, what are you talking about? And then he started going down the you know, there's Monsanto. There's a real thing that Monsanto has drought resistant seeds that they sell. And he's like, they sell more of the seeds because they throw these things in the atmosphere to dry up the atmosphere so it doesn't rain, and then they sell more drought resistant seeds. And like he goes down, and if you engage it and let him talk, there's another layer and another layer and another layer. And the BSV stuff kind of feels like that sometimes. And I don't want to give you shit, Emilio. Because
no, dude, please, it's okay.
Because I think you're awesome, and you come on here, and we have a lot of fun together, and you're building some cool stuff and important things in the space. But can
I jump in for 1 second?
Yes, Ben.
I have a screenshot.
Hey, Ben, you don't hold back your opinions.
No, actually, it has nothing to do with.
You're going to start holding things back, and I said, don't do it.
This was just personal. I actually have a screenshot of Craig Wright talking shit about Art or Die and calling us, quote, kitsch. And I sent that screenshot to my. Oh, I was like, I feel like we've already made it, dude. I'm like, if we fail, I don't care. I got a screenshot of Craig Wright personally talking shit to me.
You have to frame that.
I do need to frame that.
I just want to mention. Let me mention my free gifts. You know, to everybody in LA blockchain. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm sponsoring the summit out there. Well, the event happening out there in Miami in January, the 25th to the 27th, the Quantum Miami. I'm offering everybody a free ticket. Just sign up with a little Google sheet or something like that, and you got a free ticket on time being.
Heck yeah! You know what? This should be the theme of next week. Aside from showing each other stuff, the drops from Christmas and the fun things we might have gotten or done, we need to do like a little miniature gift exchange. I promise I will mint some kind of NFT and drop it for everyone who's there next week, and I'll find a way for us to share them and stuff like that. Timed, it looks like you're giving some tickets and sharing some things. Flip is going to show us everything. You can already go to Pod Labs. Let's have a little bit of fun like that. I think that will be a fun theme for next week. Like, presents, Web3 presents. I think we'll have some fun. Oh wait, I might have an answer to that question. Yeah, this is really funny and totally a random thing. Christina was talking about these guys named Sid. There's two dudes named Sid that work at the Draper Venture Network. They're about to launch this new platform. The Draper Venture Network is a cool network for investors that are part of the Draper community and whatever. Baron Davis, who Christina mentioned earlier, works with Flip. They're partners. Sid actually texted me saying, yeah, we did actually meet Baron Davis at the summit and we cornered him. That's another just rad, cool, connecting in real life at the summit thing that happened. And there's some other big announcements around Draper Venture Network that I can't publicly say until next couple weeks. And I think told you guys part of it that maybe wasn't public yet, but it's all good.
Well, Alon, on that note, I did reach out to Wendell and ask him to bring Baron for next week as well.
Yeah,
so I will push on that too.
I'll do for next week. I won't wait until the last minute. Like today, I tweeted at everyone and I sent a couple DMs like to John and a couple others like, hey, make sure if you're online at 5:00, go to the link. I'll send a few more of those messages to some other friends. We'll try to cycle people up on stage, or like now, this was perfect. Bobby, I'm sorry that for part of it you were backstage because we hit our limit up on stage, but I purposely went in order of when people joined chronologically, so that I couldn't be mad at myself for making any judgment calls. But congratulations again, Bobby. Thank you, Flip, for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Those NFTs. Thank you, Christina. Emilio, good luck on the Retina thing. Hopefully by next week you'll be back online. You can give us the update and that everything is good. And bring ammunition and fight us on the BSV thing. That would be fun, actually. And Ben,
or I'll just help you do all your stuff without BSV in the middle of it. I can handle any initiative. You don't need BSV.
There are other blockchains. Just saying. We could have a like dedicated support group for you, and we can help move you to other networks. Bobby can bring the Hyperledger fire. Adele can talk to us about Casper and different networks. We can Flip to make sure it's designed right, and in the metaverse we'll get some good stuff. Peter will bring all the investors or all the engineers. Digital Viking will bring all the engineers. Peter will bring everyone to the table. It's going to be awesome.
And Ben's got the art.
Timed. Thank you for that message 3 minutes before we went online. That made me think that we needed to talk about the Bored Ape thing because that was great.
It seemed like that was a must.
It's crazy. Oh, I think you want to share the screen. Maybe we'll end with everyone watching that since we talked about it so much. And then let me just remind everyone too, while you're sharing your screen and getting it ready, blockchainbooze.io. If you want to come turn on your camera. We went really late. I'll probably be sneaking off for dinner, but I know some of the folks might be coming on. I think David Rankin might be back there sharing an after party link too, if people want to stay online really late. But most importantly, and maybe I didn't do a good enough job of this at the beginning, I just want to tell everyone 143. If you're old enough, that means I love you in the old pager code. But really, I love this community. You guys are amazing. Now I'm just drinking melted ice, but I cheers to all of you. happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever the heck you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate, I don't care. Have a great new year. Have a great end of the year. And hopefully I can see you next year. And I really appreciate all the time we've got to spend this last year together. I think next year, like we said earlier, this space is only getting better and better. We're going to have a lot more fun because I'm just so happy. You know, you guys know that like the trajectory of going only fintech and DeFi talk to fun art, NFT, community, metaverse talk really shifted. And I got really excited when the space took off because you guys know that's just what I'm super into. So I'm so stoked that this space is going in that direction. We're going to continue to innovate there. And thank you guys. Cheers. Happy New Year. I don't see, was it you, Digital Viking? You were going to share your screen. Do the screen share and then I can bring it up and I'll try to make it like full screen. We can all laugh, maybe do a live viewing of this ridiculousness. Okay, let's see.
Ready? Is everyone?
Oh yeah, we do have it big. So
all right,
Mike, can you make it like full, do the full screen thing and then put the volume on?
I don't know why.
The bottom right corner there. Yeah. Oh, it's not showing it as full screen here. Hit Control plus a few times. Or Command plus if you're on a Mac. You're on a Mac. Command plus a few times, make it big. There you go. That's good enough. And just turn on the volume and start it at the beginning.
Can you hear it or no? Can you hear it?
I don't know if we can. Hold on. No, I don't think we can actually. Hold on. Let me try from mine. Where's that link again? I had it here. I was showing it, but I don't think I have. Oh, here. Hold on. I actually have the YouTube one. That might be better anyway. All right. Pause. Oh, here we'll go theater mode or whatever. Give me 1 second, everyone. This will be funny. I'd like to get everyone's live reactions. It's some good silliness. Chrome tab. The Trial of Jimmy the Monkey. Can one of you guys tell me if you can see this full screen?
Yeah.
All
right. You can see it. You want to do a test if we can hear it?
You hear the sound?
Yeah.
Yep, you're good.
It's a great
the future of finance, everybody. Crypto. I don't even know if there's anything more to say.
The last
Flip looks disturbed.
That last part was fully unexpected.
Yeah, I was expecting,
Even having you told me that, I still didn't expect it.
Oh.
But it's good quality, man. It's amazing production.
It's amazing production value. They keep rocking it, right? I mean, it's hard to live up to their announcement video, right? Because their announcement video was like literally not just high quality, but it was literally playing like a top A-list, high royalty music is literally playing the Doors, right? Like you don't see that in normal commercials and things, right? That's like saved for major motion picture style stuff, right? And so their production value just absolutely bonkers, and it's just insane. That's it. I don't even know what to say. But everyone, again, let's cheers. I appreciate you all. Thank you for joining. We'll hang again next week. I'll recap our Christmases, and excited. Let's give one more. Go to Podlabs. You'll get podlabs.io. Where was it? I shared it already. Here we go. Podlabs.io. So you can get Flip's Christmas box. And
listen, we'll be showing the gift next week. You won't be able to get it next week.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, like once you see it and you missed it, it's just all bad for you.
I'm also excited to see how you, we'll talk about it next week, but you only sign up with an email address and a username. So that's going to be the next part of, I want to see that user experience. And I'm interested to see how you do it, because we're going to have to do more.
Didn't tell you either.
Yeah. I want to do more drops like that, because I hate having to collect people's ETH addresses and things like that, at least on face value. And then it'll be fun. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everyone. One last time I'll say, go to blockchainboost.io if you're on one of the streams. Merry Christmas, as Brian said, except for the Jews. Happy Hanukkah too. I celebrate both in my house. I'm not a religious person. I'm a family person. So however you get together with your family and smile, take time off and have a good time.
Festivus for the rest of us.
That's right. Festivus for the rest of us. We'll see you all next week. Cheers. Happy New Year, everyone.
Bye.
Happy New Year.